Hello, you are watching Kênh News of Cần Thơ newspaper, radio and television. And now today's headlines. The 12th plenum of the 13th Party Central Committee solemnly opened in Hanoi. Leader of Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Cần Thơ City worked with the Standing Committee of Phiên Commune Party Committee on the post-merger activities. Cần Thơ Department of Education and Training announced the results of the 2025 high school graduation exam. Top news today. On the morning of July 18, the 12th plenum of the 13th Party Central Committee solemnly opened in Hanoi. General Secretary Do Lam chair and delivered the opening speech. Politburo member and President Lương Cường chaired the opening session. At this plenum, the Central Committee focused on discussing and giving opinions on three major groups of content. These are the group of contents on the preparation work for the 14th Party Congress, the group of contents on creating a political and legal basis for continuing to reform and innovate the country in the coming time, and the group of contents on personal work. Regarding the group of contents on creating a political and legal basis for the goal of continuing to reform and innovate the country in the coming time, the Central Committee has directed agencies under the National Assembly, the government, the Fatherland Front, and social political organizations to focus on removing difficulties and obstacles in institutions, creating a legal corridor for national development. Regarding the group of contents on personal work, party building and implementation of the party's charter, the Central Committee will consider supplementing the plan of the 14th Central Executive Committee, the Secretariat and Politburo, the direction of personal work for the 14th Central Executive Committee of the party, and reviewing personal work under its authority. Ho Thị Cẩm Đào, chairwoman of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Cần Thơ City on the morning of July 18, worked with the Standing Committee of Phiên Commune Party Committee on the post-merger activities and preparations for the Commune Party Congress for 2025-2030. Regarding the preparation for the Party Congress of the Commune, term 2025-2030 scheduled to be held on August 4 and 5. The Congress documents were approved by the Party Executive Committee of the Commune and continue to be adjusted as supplemented to suit the local situation. In her speech, Ms. Ho Thị Cẩm Đào, Deputy Secretary of the City Party Committee, who is also chairwoman of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of the city, praised the proactive and responsible spirit of Phiên Commune Party Committee in organizing and operating the new apparatus. She emphasized that after the merger with the large workload, large area, large population, the staff needs to continue to promote the spirit of solidarity, creativity, and grasp the grassroots situation, especially the thoughts and aspirations of people, promote administrative reform, digital transformation, promote the role of the Commune Public Administration Service Center in serving the people. Chương, Deputy Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee and leaders of departments and branches, had a working session with the Standing Committee of Thái Commune Party Committee to grasp the situation of preparations for the Commune Party Congress for 2025-2030. In his speech, Chương, Deputy Secretary of the City Party Committee, acknowledged the proactive and responsible spirit of the Standing Committee of Thái Commune Party Committee in preparing for the Congress. He emphasized that the political report needs to objectively and comprehensively assess the implementation of the resolution of the past term, especially the outstanding results, the remaining limitations, the course and lessons learned, at the same time propose directions and goals that are close to local realities, in line with the general development orientation of the city. Regarding personal work, the Deputy Secretary of the City Party Committee requested to focus on selecting cadres who meet the standards, have prestige, have a spirit of innovation, dare to think, dare to do, dare to take responsibility, The development of personal plans needs to ensure inheritance, development, and a reasonable structure between age, genders, and professions. Comrade Chương Cảnh Tuyên also requested the commune to prepare well the conditions for organizing the Congress, especially focusing on propaganda work, creating a vibrant, competitive atmosphere in the entire political system and people, contributing to organizing the Congress successfully on schedule and in accordance with regulations. The working delegation of Standing Committee of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, led by Mr. Lê Tấn Thủ, head of the Internal Affairs Committee of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, recently worked with the Party Committee of Bình Thủy Ward to review the documents of the first Party Congress of the Ward for 2025-2030. After now, the draft political report of the Ward Party Executive Committee has been commented and edited 6 times. The content basically ensures the layout and instructions of the superiors, correctly evaluate the results and closely follow the implementation of the resolution on tax for the 2020-2025 term. Comrade Lê Tấn Thủ, member of the Standing Committee, head the Internal Affairs Committee of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, noted that in the party building work, it is necessary to highlight the results after implementing the policy of merging administrative units and implementing the two-level local government model. Regarding the goals and targets for the 2025-2030 term, it is necessary to specify the resolutions of the Central Committee and closely follow the city's policies focusing on the fields of science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation, private economic development. The first Congress of Bình Thủy Ward Party Committee for the 2025-2030 term is expected to take place on July 25th and 26th. On the morning of July 18, Vice Chairwoman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Điệp and leaders of the party building committees of Cần Thơ City Party Committee had a working session with the Standing Committee of Thalai Commune Party Committee to contribute comments on the documents of the first Commune Party Congress, term 2025-2030. To complete the document, Vice Chairwoman of the City People's Committee Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Điệp noted that the political report needs to closely follow the guidance of the City Party Committee's documents. Regarding the content, the Congress team is selected by the Standing Committee of the Commune Party Committee to be appropriate. Along with that, it's necessary to evaluate the overall results achieved, proactively review the detailed contents and motto of the Congress, pay attention to building targets and breakthroughs to meet the requirements of socio-economic development of Thalai Commune in the future. On July 18, Cần Thơ Department of Education and Training announced the results of 2025 high school graduation exam. The 2025 high school graduation exam in Cần Thơ City had 30,868 test takers passing the exam, reaching a rate of 99.31%. According to statistics, there were 73 units, including 66 public and non-public high schools, 7 vocational education continuing education centers, achieving a graduation rate of 100%. Some outstanding results were shown with 272 exams scoring 10 points. Specifically, physics had 55 scores of 10, geography had 127 scores of 10, economics and law education had 35 scores of 10, mathematics has 4 scores of 10, history 25 scores of 10, and so on. To prepare for the new 2025-2026 school year, regional project management boards in Cần Thơ City have deployed the construction and upgrading of schools in the area. Up to now, regional project management boards have been implementing about 30 projects, including the construction of new schools that have been transferred since the end of last year, such as Lương Thế Vinh Secondary School, Tân Thới Primary School, Trần Ngọc Secondary School, An Lạc Primary School, Trần Hoàng Na Primary School, Hưng Phú Kindergarten, Lý Tự Trọng High School for the Gifted, and the rest are renovating and upgrading classrooms. The newly built schools are on over 90% complete and are in the process of completing the remaining items to hand over to investors and wards and communes in preparation for the new school year. The representative of State Bank has just informed the banking industry will carry out a revolution to eliminate fraudulent accounts and expected that in September, banks will terminate on accounts that have not been authenticated by biometrics to prevent criminals from taking advantage from them for fraud. Deleting the authenticated accounts can be understood as blocking the account, not allowing it to operate, and can be understood as not allowing further transactions, and customers who want to continue using it must go to the bank counter to re-identify and re-authenticate. Commercial banks themselves cannot unilaterally delete customers' accounts. However, bank representatives also encourage customers from now until September 1st to authenticate by biometrics to protect their accounts and avoid interruptions in transactions. And now a quick check on weather condition. Thank you very much for your attention. Please visit us on website Kênh TV. Phiên. Bye for now.